This is mid-module 1. This is another study guide that you can use. There is a link in your Google Classroom so that you can do this quizzes as many times as you want to study. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started. Question 1 asks you to arrange the following numbers in order from least to greatest. You have the numbers 605,065, 5,560, 606,056, and 55,600. Right, the correct answer to that one, 5,560, then 55,600, 605,065, 606,056. Okay, remember least to greatest means you start with the smallest and you go to the biggest. All right, next question. Which choice correctly uses the words 10 times to tell how you ordered the two smallest numbers? So remember the two smallest numbers were 5,560 and 55,600. 55,600 is 10 times as many as 5,560. Remember we could replace the word is with the equal sign and times as many as with a multiplication symbol. So 55,600 equals 10 times 5,560. You can replace those words on your test to make sure that you answer correctly. All right, next question. Compare 200,000 and 20,000. 200,000 is greater than 20,000. There's no reason that anybody should miss that one. Really, there's no reason anybody should miss any of these comparison problems. On your test tomorrow, take the time to actually write the number in standard form, paying attention to what place values it tells you in unit form so you don't get confused. Next question. Pay attention to what the standard form of these numbers would be. 100,000s, 300s, and 103,000. Okay, let's think about this one. If I have 100,000s and 300s, why is that less than 103,000? Callie?
Because the other one has 3,000, the other has 300, and 3,000 is 10 times as 300.
Exactly. 100, they both have 100,000. They have no 10,000s. The first number has 0 thousands. The second number has 3 thousands, and we know that 0 thousands is less than 3 thousands. Okay? Next question. Six hundreds plus 3 thousands plus 16 ones, and 5 thousands plus 300s. Carefully think about those numbers in standard form. Why is 600s plus 3 thousands plus 16 ones less than 5 thousands plus 300s, Ainsley?
Because the number is 3,616.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is 5,300. 1,000 is 1.
Very good. The first number in standard form is 3,616. And that's a lot less than 5,300. You have to pay attention to your units, guys. That's really, really important. Next question. You have 2,000,000 and 20,000,000. Think very carefully about the value of 20,000,000. And the correct answer is equal. 2,000,000 is equal to 20,000,000. If you had 20,000,000, you could regroup those by making 2 groups of 10, which would move over and become 2,000,000. All right, the next question. Hold on just a second. The football stadium at UCLA has a seating capacity of 65,425. The population of Boston is approximately 10 times the amount of people that UCLA Stadium can seat. What is the population of Boston? If I'm looking for 10 times 65,425, when I multiply by 10, each place value, each number shifts where, Bryce? Very good. Each place value shifts over to the left, gets one place value bigger. We add a 0 on the end, so you're correct. The answer is 654,250. Okay, next question. This is going to be talking about the stadium seating again. The football stadium at UCLA has a seating capacity of 65,425. Write the seating capacity of the stadium in expanded form. Okay, so when we write a number in expanded form, we're going to tell the value of each digit by itself. So you have 6 10,000s, so 60,000 plus 5,000 plus 400 plus 20 plus 5. Remember that each digit has its own value. Next question is going to ask you about the seating capacity again. This time you're looking for the seating capacity in word form. Okay, to put that number in word form, we name all of the thousands period together. Then we name all of the units period together. So that number is 65,425. For the next question, you're rounding the seating capacity to the nearest 10,000. The nearest 10,000. Okay, each one of these answer choices round that number correctly. The first choice rounded it to the nearest 10, which would give you a value of 65,430. The next answer choice has it rounded to the nearest 100, which is 65,400. Then the answer choice that tricked some of you, it's rounded to the nearest 1,000, 65,000. But what did the question ask you to round to?
The nearest
10,000. So the 5 in the thousands place value tells the 6 in the 10,000s to go up. It rounds to 70,000. This time you're going to be rounding to the nearest 1,000. Pay attention to what place value it asks you to round to. You're rounding to the nearest 1,000 this time. As we just talked about this one. To round 65,425 to the nearest 1,000, there's 65,000s in that number. The 4 in the hundredths place is less than the midpoint of 65,500. So it would round down to 65,000. Next question. Compare the stadium seating rounded to the nearest 10,000 and the seating rounded to the nearest 1,000 using greater than, less than, or equal to. So you're comparing 70,000 and 65,000. Okay, 70,000 is greater than 65,000. 7 10,000s is more than 6 10,000s. Okay, next question.
Let's go.
Which explanation correctly explains which estimate is more accurate? You're figuring out if rounding to the 10,000s or rounding to the thousands gets you a more accurate estimate. Rounding to the nearest 1,000 is more accurate. It's the smaller place value. It gets you a number closest to the actual number. 65,000 is only 425 away from the actual seating capacity. If you round it to 70,000, that's a little more than 4,500 off of the actual number of people that can be seated in the stadium. So remember, rounding to a smaller place value is more accurate. All right, we're going to end the quiz. All right, I'm going to remind you really quickly. That about ways you can study tonight. In your Google Classroom, at the very top of your class, you have Mid-Module 1 Review Number 2. That's this quizzes that we just took. You can take it as many times as you want to. Underneath that is the Mid-Module 1 Skills Review. That's the Prodigy questions like what we're working on. That's probably not the very best practice you could have, but it is good review. Underneath that is the quizzes that we did last week, the Mid-Module 1 Study Guide. You can do that one again. If you scroll down to last week, September 28th through October 2nd, there's a video of us going over that quizzes. So you have 2 videos posted, 2 quizzes that you can retake, a Prodigy assignment you can do, and you have a paper study guide. So there's plenty of things that you can do to study before your test. Okay?